blue skies and golden sunshines, but it's fucking windy, so we gotta be careful. So now we're continuing my biographical excursion in this freaking windy environment. Probably you've guessed, or maybe not, that we are still situated around the Vazha-Pshavela area, and I'm gonna show you now where I lived. So when I came back from Europe after almost 2 years, I came back and I lived in this neighborhood briefly, if I'm not mistaken, because here like every street almost looks like the same. So yeah, some pine trees and some garages and stuff. Yeah, that was it. I lived here briefly, several months maybe, and yeah, it was interesting several months because I had to like adapt on the reality again. Like yeah, at the age of 20, like changing, like radically shifting your environment was kind of hardcore. So I felt like I really needed this time to reflect on myself and on my experiences, but no, because I had to urgently start working because my mom demanded so, and yeah, I didn't have any time to reflect. I didn't tell any story to my mom because first I had to digest in my brain so that I can comprehend my ideas and then that I can share. And then my mom was like so confused because I didn't tell her my stories there, and she couldn't really understand why I was so silent. And so yeah, it was a little bit difficult time, and then I repressed all this my experiences. It was positive and negative experiences, and in between. It was not like something bad happened, but like every radical change needs a reflection, and I didn't have any tools. Of course I was like interested in books and reading and stuff, and then I immersed myself into this like completely different environment. And then obviously you need some free time to like analyze this shit. But yeah, but this happened a little bit afterwards. So yeah, there was like 1 year. Still I had this like pause in my uni, and after a year then I continued my studies. And then I changed this environment, this apartment, and I actually lost count. Maybe it was 6, 7, I don't know. Anyways, and then I changed this as well. So then I was living in a new apartment, and then I started my studies. And during this time, my father was planning to immigrate with my little brother in Europe, and so yeah, like we kind of shifted our places. Like I arrived in Georgia, and he and my brother, they just left the country, and it was a little bit stressful for me because it was difficult back in the days, and for them, even though I didn't have this like harmonious relationship with him, I was still worried when they left the country. Maybe I was having this like PTSD and I knew that they have to overcome these obstacles and stuff. So yeah, it was a major shift for me and for my family, and everything got upside down. And it was 2012. Yeah, even in this country, like new government arrived in my personal and also in my like public, also in public spheres, environments. It was pretty intense. But also in Germany in 2011 there was already some changes happening. There was this like this huge mass protest, you know, anonymous revolution and this kind of stuff, and there were like huge marches with the music of Rage Against the Machine blasting in the streets of Frankfurt, and these people were protesting big corporations owning everything, basically that has been happening forever. And I think this was one of my first experiences for me to join this like big, very good, well organized big protest, and it kind of felt cool, especially with this music blasting. So while I was there, while I was like 20, I somehow experienced lots of stuff that not every Georgian person in the same age would experience. And it was interesting because this demonstration, and then I went to Spain. I traveled on Ibiza. I experienced this like nightlife there, and like drag shows, and I don't know, like huge, like diversity of the entertainment and club life or festivals or whatever. So yeah, I was completely relying on my intuition, and I had this youth confidence that everything would be okay, and at the end everything was okay. I can't complain. So while you're young, while you're in your 20s, just do whatever, just fuck around and find out. Be just like brave to do whatever. Of course, don't put yourself in danger, but in terms of travel and in terms of gaining new perspectives, new experiences, I think this is the best time. Also for brain chemistry, it's like this, like brain neurons are forming actively also in this age. So yeah, it was insane. And of course I never had time to reflect. I was like completely immersed in these various experiences. And then when I came back, I was so like, I couldn't connect with anybody. Like I couldn't really connect with anybody, nor in the university, nor with my family. Because in the university I was put in with a class who were like 3 years younger than me. So imagine, even I felt grown up with my same age, and imagine like 3 years younger than me. So like they seemed so small. They seemed so young compared to me. So yeah, it created a certain gap, and I couldn't kind of connect with them. But then there was several interesting experiences. There were like this non-formal unions or groups or communities, and I attended this like kind of a summer school situations there, and it was like something was forming during those days, something I don't know, socially. And then eventually it was interesting how everything this evolved and how these people evolved and chose their directions in life. But yeah, as I said, I always like intuitively chose to maintain this observant, don't get involved too much, don't you know, like attach on any situations and stuff, just be like try to be kind person, and try to stay true to yourself, and don't take too much on yourself, so that you have space to step back, you know, because I don't know, we change all the time, and maybe you wake up one day and you don't want to be involved in that stuff anymore. So it's natural, like we're humans, we're not robots. So I think I'm very grateful of my brain that I intuitively always left space to just like, yeah, whatever, bye. I don't fuck with that anymore, so I'd rather just, you know, like quit. So yeah, and this kind of little communities were this like very experimental communities, and there were several interesting going in a village and do some presentations, and actually there were some interesting topics, and I made a presentation about digital labor. I don't know, I intuitively always chose this topics of like technology. Actually the whole this summer school situation was about like post-humanism, and was about this like postmodern, post-humanist tech era. And yeah, I enjoyed this topics, and I made this presentation about digital labor, how we actually work for these huge social media companies. Like even our presence, even if we do not do any activities there, we still, like any minute spent on these platforms is labor, which is unpaid. And without us, all these platforms would have been useless. All these billions and billions of dollars of revenue would be non-existent. So we collectively create this good, and then this like 1% takes advantage of it. So it is kind of unfair. And I think if we realize it, that we own all these platforms, not this like 1 or 2 person, then we can somehow like shift this power dynamic. I don't know. I think it's all about realization. And I think it is also one big social experiment, and we consent in it somehow. And it's interesting. We just have to like stay grounded and do not like sleep with this really mesmerizing content. But yeah, it depends on your algorithm. Your algorithm really reflects your subconscious or your general personality. So yeah, internet is a very interesting place. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? So yeah, I participated in this like different kind of activities, and I also worked during that time. And then soon after, I also started a relationship, which was also very interesting and new for me. And I'll talk about it later. So after doing my yap sessions, I met my friend and we went to this beautiful Chinese restaurant with these beautiful curtains. I love them so much, and those paintings, which are handmade. And yeah, and then we ordered some food. We ordered this mushroom dish. This mushrooms is crazy. In Georgian, we call them like ear mushrooms because it literally has the shape of human ears. And then I had this baobabi tea, which was absolutely amazing. And it was a beautiful end of the day. Okay, bye.